Well, hello again and welcome back to my channel. Now, long-term followers, sufferers, subscribers to the channel will know that I am a big fan of the Huepar laser products. My initial venture into the world of lasers was with this, the Huepar BO2CG, which is kind of the entry-level laser, and I'm really happy with this, and I've got a review on it, which I'll leave a link somewhere around here, along with the stand behind me there. But several months ago, Huepar got in touch with me and asked if I'd be interested in having a look at their bells and whistles model, which is this one here, which is the SO4CG/CR. Now, just for the transparency bit, as I said, bought and paid for my own cash, supplied to me by Huepar, but I'm not sponsored by them or told to say anything favourable. And however, I do have a link in the description, which is an affiliated link. So if you do click on that and buy any Huepar product, then a small commission will go to the channel. So instead of doing just a straight review of this, I thought I'd do a bit of a comparison between the two, and then you've got a decision to make whether, if you're going to start out in the world of lasers, do you need to go for the kind of entry level or do you need to go for the full beans? Right, you're going to have to excuse the analogy for a moment, but when you're buying or thinking of buying a laser or any power tool for that matter, it's similar along the lines to buying a car, in the sense that, do you want a simple functional car that just gets you from A to B, or do you start ticking the list of optional extras? So that powered boot thing, is it an essential? Not at all. Is it a nice thing to have? Well, yes it is, and it's similar when you come to these kind of things. Now, this one I bought is just the simple functional laser that just does that one job, whereas this one has got a variety of optional extras. So what I thought I'd do is probably compare the two in the sense of what they both are capable of, and whether the higher spec one is better at doing that, and then show you the optional extras, which might kind of twist your arm to spending a bit more money to getting the fancier one as opposed to just getting the basic model. Hope that makes sense. Let's get the camera down here and I'll show you what they both come with. Let's start with the BO2CG. So it does come with a little hard case, very nice, and here's the unit itself, which comes with two lasers, and it has a USB-C rechargeable battery that also comes with a cable and a plug, which is somewhere in here, but I can't find it at the moment. It has a little stand which you can either fix to your tripod or the two magnets on the back, which is strong enough for Lewis's at LTDTW Carpentry is saw technique, where you can mount it against the wall. So that is fundamentally it for the entry level one. So moving over to the SO4CG/CR. So the unit itself has a digital readout on it, and it comes with 4 lasers and a stand as well, which can be fitted to a tripod, and it's got an adjustable thing for it as well. It has this thing here, which is kind of like a little car jack. So it's for micro adjustments. Very, very clever, this actually. It's really clever. So you can just little fine adjustments if you've got it on the floor or you've got it mounted on a table or something. It does come with a remote control, all right, which comes in really handy. It got a little metal plate that I've actually got attached to a piece of wood at the moment, because that's the other bit that it comes with, which is quite versatile. It does come with a USB-C rechargeable battery, but also it comes with an extra charger that you can put, an extra battery where you can put 4 AA's in it. So again, very clever. If you run out of charge on site or something, then you can just flip it over to that. It does have a target thing, which, as you can see, is still in the wrapping because I've never used it. And also this very, very neat micro adjusting stand, which can be fixed down to the laser, which I'll show you later, and has also got the magnets on, which does the saw trick, as you can see here again. Larger case to fit all this in. So again, yeah, lots of optional extras ticked on this, but let's have a look at the direct comparison of the two lasers themselves, actually in action, the performance of them, before we start looking at what all the other stuff on this one can do as well. Right, let's look at the actual quality of the laser lines themselves. Now, both of these models come with a self-leveling mechanism, so if you go past, I think it's 4 degrees, it'll start flashing, but when it gets up to its tolerance level, the line stays nice and clean. Now, I have got my OSB paint project on the go at the moment, so it's not actually made it to the wall yet. This is from last week's video, but I'm actually going to turn the lights down a little bit and I'm going to show you a direct comparison between the quality of the line between the base model and the more expensive one. So let's have a look. Okay, this is the line for the base model, the BO2CG, and looking at it you think that's not an issue, it's nice and clear. It's not until I actually put the higher spec model, the SO4CG, next to it, you see a distinct difference, and the laser there is a much clearer line, which actually makes the base model look a little bit dim. More so when I knock the lights out. That's half the lights out here. If I knock all the lights out, there is a distinct difference between the two. Now, I don't think that's an issue really if with the base model, if you're just using it for kind of hanging pictures or just some simple DIY work, but I think if you are more trade related, there is a distinct advantage in having that clearer line, which is actually sharper as well. So yeah, but you are actually paying for the privilege. So there is a difference between the quality of the laser line when you look at the two. Okay, I've got half the lights off in the workshop at the moment as we take a bit of a closer inspection at the higher spec model, the SO4CG, and the extras that come with it, and does it justify the extra investment over buying just a simple base model like this? Well, obviously you have the extra lasers first, so you've got 2 vertical and 2 horizontal lasers. To be honest, I'm not sure why we have the extra horizontal laser. I've seen Lewis's video at LTW Carpentry and he has his theory. Really impressed actually how he does it with the cabinet fitting. I actually thought it was for tiling, but I suppose there is a variety of uses for that, and you have got the extra laser there if you need it. I do really like the remote control, particularly if you're working from a distance and you need to switch it on and off, maybe to save the battery a bit, or you've got other workmen or other people working around you and you don't want the laser on all the time. Easy to switch on and off and easy to adjust between the actual different laser settings. Plus it has like a function button, which I think are like memory buttons, so if you want it on one particular setting, you can have that. Very clever indeed. You've also got a free app, Huepar, and you can do the same from that. You can switch it on and off, you can monitor the battery levels and the settings as well. Can't show you directly from my iPhone because that's what I film with, but I can show you a little bit of a screenshot from it now. Again, really clever, dead simple to use, really easy to set up. I thought quite a clever move by Huepar on that part. The little mini car jack, as I described it earlier, is very, very good indeed for those micro height adjustments, particularly if you're working it from the floor. You can adjust it height up. Because sometimes with lasers it's difficult, you only want it maybe a couple of centimeters above the ground. So this one, and you just need to adjust it up ever so finely and slightly. Really clever. Again, it's not a gimmick gadget, all right, okay, it is very clever. It's worth probably that extra money in terms of that one, and I certainly do like the remote control as well. The extra battery I think is very clever because you've got some double A's you can pop in here. Again, if you're on site or if you've got a long job and you've forgot your charger or something, you can take the rechargeable battery out and just pop this in, and you've got a constant energy source for using your laser. I think you can get up to, I think it claims about 5 hours. I've never actually run it till it's ran out, so I've always kept charging it up, but I've had it running, I think the longest 2 or 3 hours, and it's not dropped out. So again, really good, really useful, but having that little backup battery pack is certainly a good idea. Where it really comes into its own though is this. Now, I don't know if Huepar sell this separately, might be worth checking out on the website, this stand, but I would buy this separately. If you didn't want any of the other extras, I would buy this separately because I think this is excellent. Now, what I showed you before was it does come with a metal plate, and I have this attached to a piece of wood. I'm going to show you why, because it's easier for clamping. It does take this onto there, but let me show you with it set up on this why I really like this for one specific reason. Right, let me show you why I think this multi-function bracket would be worth the purchase fee alone. Now, any regular laser users, particularly in the vertical line, will have experienced this. of having to adjust the line and how haphazard it can be because you're having to manage it using just your hand. Well, this little micro adjuster on the front, and just watch this line here. Say I'm trying to get it flush to this one. It's nice and easy. Now look how easy it is to do that. All right, and I will show you with my other laser with the stand how difficult that kind of alignment can be. And here I've just done it in a matter of seconds, really accurate. Thank you very much. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Just to give you a real world example of what I'm on about, the laser line on the left is from my base model, which is mounted to this excellent stand that I got from Huepar, and that's manually got to be adjusted. The one on the right is from the high-spec model on the multifunction bracket. Now, if I want to move the one from the right to line it up with the one on the left, I can just adjust it with the bracket and bring it in line there. Job done. So move it away. Now, if I want to do it the other way manually, I have to, now I can do it, and I will do it. There we go. Now, it might only be a few seconds difference and your hand might be a lot steadier than mine, but if you're having to do that several times an hour or several times a day, it's much easier to do it with the fine adjustment than it is to do it manually. All right, I think that bracket is excellent, particularly for that one. It also does up and down and front and back as well, but just for that little left to right one, I think it is a really genius piece of design. Right, to conclude, so where am I at between these two models? Well, as I said at the beginning, this one here, bought and paid for with my own money, and I have no regrets about that at all. If you are just kind of dipping your toes in the world of laser levels and you may be doing a little bit of DIY, this would be perfectly suitable for you. If you're putting up some shelves or you want to get your pictures nice and level, this will not let you down at all. You are paying the extra money over here for a more professional level, which comes with a range of accessories. Now, what I will say about the accessories is none of them are gimmicks. You would find yourself frequently using all of the things that come with it. The little mini jack for just micro raising and lowering. This multifunction bracket here is excellent. I really would recommend this, and also the remote control comes in really handy, particularly if you are spread out with the work that you're doing. And the metal bracket, which I have, as I demonstrated before, I have that attached to a piece of wood so I can kind of just clamp it to a surface, and the extra battery for long life if you're needing to use it for a prolonged period of time. No gimmicks, as I say, in those accessories, and you would find yourself, particularly if you are a tradesman, not like myself, by the way, I'm just kind of hypothesizing here, but I think you would find yourself frequently using all the accessories that come with it. Nothing really that comes with this apart from the little stand that comes with it and the battery charger, but that's fine. And obviously the price is reflected between the two, between all the bells and whistles and the more kind of entry level. Now, I think that's pretty much it, folks. Just to conclude, if you are thinking or are interested in purchasing any Huepar products, I do have a link in the description, which is a share a sale link, and if you click on that and then go on to purchase a Huepar product, then a small commission does go to the channel, and thank you for your support. Right, I think that's it, everyone. So as ever, take care, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.